Honey, it's 3 a.m. It's time to int on League of Legends.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
I didn't even have a chance to. What happened? Okay,
He
I'm coming
just
top.
kamikazed me.
Oh, Bear's there too, though?
Nom nom nom. Take him before you go. Yummy.
Oh, I don't really want to
Get
fight
volley, please!
I have nothing. I have nothing.
Oh, true.
I'm gonna use all my abilities. I don't know how much damage you do, though.
Enough.
If I hit him there. If I can... Mine.
Leave me alone, Bear. Leave me alone.
Why is he kind of an idiot for that one?
Kind of cringy, honestly.
Really dummy for that
My
one.
survivability is insane. Welcome back to a Beginner's Beginner Guide, a series where I, a creature lacking intelligence, tries to help you learn. Today I'm going to be talking about Urgot, the Dreadnought. Urgot is a masochistic washing machine, so be sure to share that energy when you're playing him. This menace of malice is a bastard to anyone he comes across, using his range and engages as oppressive tools to make people's lives a living hell. If you're fighting him in the top lane, I wish you good luck. If your team needs a tank but you want to shred through the enemy like a filthy Chem-baron, then Urgot is your new prophet. Praise him as such. Before you can play this chem-tech-equipped mammoth, I must teach you his rage and the beauty of pain. Lore. His lore. It's what his reading. Originally a Noxian executioner, Urgot was sent to Zon. Remember that place? It's not Piltover. He was told that there was talk of overthrowing Noxus that needed to be silenced. To Urgot's dismay, he realized he was being set up too late. After being captured, he was sent to the Dredge, a pseudo-chemtech mine and prison. His country set him up because General Swain was preparing to usurp the Noxian throne for himself. Urgot was far too sworn to the old ruler, and Swain needed him out of the picture. Forever. Urgot refused to die in the Dredge. Still, in his survival, he suffered unbearable pain to the point where he laughed at the warden's face when she attempted to torture information out of him. This interrogation was also the instant Urgot's neuron fired off the secret to Zon's power. For some twisted reason, Urgot believed that Zon was more dominant than Noxus due to its endless source of pain. Maybe a Saw movie shows on the old Zon theaters every week? I don't know. The will to survive was all that mattered to Urgot, and he shared his views to his fellow prisoners in the form of sermons. Any inmate who didn't share his beliefs were quickly silenced by Urgot himself, whether that be by a broken jaw or a sharp object in the chest. Please remember that Urgot was still a flesh suit by this time. He murdered so many people in prison, including a fellow Noxian who wanted to work with Urgot to escape, which resulted in Urgot breaking his windpipe and throwing him for the rats to eat. I guess Urgot isn't much a fan of war anymore.
Yes.
I'm leaving. I found that war is trivial and that this... Oh, fuck! Found that war is trivial, but also some bitches need to die sometimes.
Yeah, that is a fact.
His obsession with survival became even more deranged when Urgot found any part of himself that he ruled as weak and replaced it with chemtech. There was a catch. Any tech he used for himself was a piece that another inmate required to live. He stated that if they genuinely wanted to survive, they would win the fight against him. Needless to say, Urgot found himself the victor countless times. This is what gives him such a terrifying aura. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if people have just died because of Urgot's stare.
Hey, toxic, but yeah, fair enough.
You're gonna look. I don't know.
I
Not
look
a
like
Super
My
Saiyan God.
Chemical Romance in 2005.
Whoa, is she fighting you? Whoa, is she inting?
Yeah.
What?
Yep, she is inting.
She
bad
also
is
was
she
doing
losing?
it for the content.
Oh my god, dude. She has like, I want to get her fucking CS. And
Bro,
her-
that's just content. I gotta thank the Quinn.
After countless sermons, Urgot finally rounded his fellow prisoners and caused a prison break, killing innumerable guards and inmates alike. Once Urgot was free, he rallied even more troops in the Sump of Zon. While he had followers, he never saw himself as a leader. There are only those with the will to survive. In his ambition to survive, he decided to get some revenge. Since Chem-barons were the ones who relied on what he mined in the dredge, Urgot saw them as the ones who were responsible for his suffering. He also saw them as weak, needing the chemtech rather than using their own strength to survive. Another thing was that they were in a position of power, and that's a delicate subject for him. Speaking of, he was also looking for a time to get his revenge on Swain. As Urgot himself has said, Noxus has men. Zon has a much more potent source. There was one small problem, though.
I'm going to jail!
That's right! Urgot was arrested after he decided Zon wasn't strong enough, and he decided to fuck with Piltover's lower settlements. Guess who got involved? That's right, Caitlyn and her friends at the police force. Now the Decepticon cosplayer is stuck in a tube, never to be seen again. Congrats, asshat.
Gather your strength. Soon, I will take it.
Urgot's passive is the Echoing Flames.
Oh, dude, she probably is low. Oh my god, you stupid damage. Bro, tell me I have a level 1 power spike.
Each of Urgot's legs conceals a shotgun filled with chemicals. If you have a glowing leg, that means your leg shotgun is ready to fire. If you auto-attack in the direction of a bright leg, the leg will fire out, dealing percentage health damage to all enemies in a cone. Urgot's damage feels more like a toddler headbutting your kneecap than drowning your enemies in chem tank without this ability, so be sure to walk around the enemy so more of your legs proc. The cooldown for your shotguns is dependent on your level. It starts at 30 seconds, but will go down to 2.5 seconds eventually. Basically, you'll be playing Ring Around the Rosie with your enemy until they choke on the mist. Not like Viego's mist, that's a different killing mist. Urgot's Q is his corrosive charge. The move is very lackluster and is the last thing you'll level into, but that doesn't make it any less good. Well, more alright than good. Maybe mediocre's the word? It's just a small circle of ass sweat you shoot out that slows the target for about half their movement. There's nothing more to it. Shoot stuff, hit guy is slower, right? Do be warned, this is the most expensive skill in Urgot's kit, so don't overuse it. That being said, this is an excellent way to catch escaping victims. And trust me, they love to run.
I am just straight up not having a good league day. I've just been playing like absolute fucking doo-doo all day. It's really annoying.
All day?
Yeah, all day.
Sunday. I'll just fight it.
You can't run for. I mean, he can actually. You know what? He's a lot faster than me. Scratch what I was about to say. He can run from me. Fuck.
Purge is a series of movies that starts very poorly but gets better with every installment. Oh yeah, it's also the name of Urgot's W. Passively, this ability gives you the ability to mark enemy champions. Since you can't aim Purge, the ability will focus on whoever's marked. Keep this in mind. Purge automatically fires Urgot's weapon 3 times a second. The attacks are slightly weaker than his normal auto attack, you move slower, and your range is condensed. The only positive is that Purge bullets activate Echoing Flames. That sounds bad, right? Worse shots, slower got, and can't hit anything that isn't an arm's length away? What could possibly be the payoff? Well, 3 shots a second mean you can activate all 6 of your Echoing Flames in 2 seconds. That's up to 30% of the enemy's health plus all your AD in 2 seconds. not to mention all your other abilities damage. This is a move that genuinely puts the Dread in Dreadnought.
Oh, good. I think we can still get a kill here. They stay here for the tower. Oh my god,
bots
she gouged
keeping their
the
game
Valor.
alive. Ish.
Wait, you're going in? Okay.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, both. Oh my grief. Oh my positive grief.
Disdain is located on the E key. Urgot does a pelvic thrust, gaining armor. If his metallic gooch makes contact with an enemy champion, he will throw them behind him and stun them for 1.5 seconds. That's it. This ability is handy for many reasons. If you go Gore Drinker or Kraken Slayer, that's your only mobility ability. It allows you to get free shots from your back legs, which are almost always ready to bellow flames on your enemies. It also marks enemies for Purge. My favorite part of Disdain is the armor, which scales with 150% AD and 15% health. It's kind of nuts. This shield can be the difference between you becoming a new addition to the scrap heap and getting a pin to kill.
Oh,
They're
Josh.
pushing mid. Josh, run. Josh, run.
Lucian's here.
Josh, run. Josh, run.
I'm dead.
Ah, you tried. Ah, Senna, you're so lit. Please die. Oh my god, you're literally
Get her!
done.
I shot my ult
Oh,
for
it's
you.
close.
I shot my load for you, and you did nothing.
Oh, I don't care. No! I charmed her through the wall, dude. She was one. Senna is literally one. Please, you
Don't let him back. Don't let him back. Don't let him back.
Oh, kill
Good
that
job.
Senna. Oh, yes.
Good job.
That Senna. Oh, kill them all.
What I'm good at. Hello. Would you like to be one with the dredge, you motherfucker?
I'm coming. He's like no mana.
He thinks he's slick. Jesus Christ, you
Do
melt.
we go in? Do we go in?
Yes.
Let me live! One life! Come on!
George, how the fuck are you alive, dude?
Let's go!
How are you alive? That is the stupidest shit I've ever fucking seen, man. What the fuck?
Alright, I know it wasn't a pentakill, it was an ace, but please let me have that. It's like come on. It's close enough, right? Fear Beyond Death is a move I know very, very well.
Hit me.
No! Urgot's R is a skill shot with an extensive range. If anyone is hit by the chem drill, they are slowed and leashed for 4 seconds. The effectiveness of this slow is based on the target's missing health. Now, while your ult is off cooldown, or when you latch it to a target, you'll notice this little line in the enemy's health bar. This is an execute bar. Once your target's health gets below this bar, you can press the alt button again and watch the show.
Bye-bye. Okay.
Nom nom nom,
The end.
dude. Holy. Nami.
Nami. Call me Chef Nami from Hearthstone.
Lol. Gamer reference.
No, it's not LOL, it's World of Warcraft, actually.
Lol. I mean, wow.
After the enemy champion is executed, all nearby enemies are frightened by the Dreadnought's atrocities and slowed by 75%. There are many ways to use this. Use it as a chase tool on a low health enemy to slow them for your team to catch up. You can also guarantee the connection by shooting them after the enemy is stunned by your E ability. And you can fire a Hail Mary on a super distant target and hope they come back into your arms. Blades. Blades? Blades. This is by far Urgot's most fun and useful skill. Hell, it's so good, the enemy is clamoring to use it.
What? You know?
I can't believe this silence. He like actually considered taking my
I think they might be
Raptors.
taking Dragon.
Smack the thing.
I don't know where
No!
Beyond is.
No!
I am the very definition of a self-made man.
One thing I realized I didn't talk about last time was runes and builds. This series is made for newer players, so I don't want to overwhelm them. So here's what I do, okay? Go to MobileFire or u.gg or op.gg and look up the character you play. The build will be made for you, and you won't have to worry about that stuff until later. Focus on your play for now. That's where the fun lies. Item-wise, you can go for a weird mythic like Kraken Slayer or something off-meta, lethality. Going full-on hit is funny, but not very good most of the time. If you want to know what's really good, build more Bruiser-like and try to stay in the fight as long as you can. That's what Urgot's built for. Taking hits and choking on chem tanks.
What will you do to survive? Tell me!
In League Universe, Urgot shows up in two very different stories. The Man with the Grinning Shadow by Jared Rosen and Son of by David Slagle. I hope I'm saying that name right. It sounds a bit off.
Okay, so I just, this is like weeks later after the recording, but I just found out that there is a third story that Urgot does show up in. It is called Child of Zon by, who's this by? Ian St. Martin. It's really cool from what I've read. I haven't read the whole thing yet, but it is also narrated and centered around Vi, and it's not in the, if you check the universe page, he's not, the fucking story doesn't actually show up there. So I'm not going to include it. I'll include it in the Vi video when I do that eventually, way down the line.
The Man with the Grinning Shadow is set in the High Noon universe. The High Nooniverse. It's a Western AU that is set in the world with devils and angels all around. It's cool. The story itself is really well done, actually. Jared Rosen does a great job giving cowboy aesthetic to places like the Blessed Isles. Noxus is called Fort Knox, for Christ's sake. Please read this shit. It's fucking great. It is mainly focused on Lucian and Thresh, but a few other champions make appearances. Longhorn Alistar helps Lucian get to the area called New Eden. Karthus is a pastor, and Urgot visits Lucian in the dead of night. Talking about after death, the devil made him a deal. The deal made him a mechanized demon, his heart replaced with a furnace of hellfire. He talks about how when Lucian's demons finally take him over, he wants to speak to them. They have a lot to converse about. Son of is a much shorter read. It's written in Zon. The narrator is a member of the Chem-barons.
Did you know that Urgot hates children?
No.
He's murdered at least 3.
After robbing some guy and going into the market to celebrate with drinks, Urgot comes to ruin the party and murder a filthy fucking Chem-baron. Yes! In front of the Chem-barons. I won't get into the whole story as it's short and I'm begging you to read it yourself, but it shows how Urgot's twisted ethics get to the poor people of Zon. It's kind of cool to see how these poor Zonites who witness atrocities every day can find some sort of hope by fighting the fortunate.
The fortunate will be the first to fall.
Yeah, I get that. I heard it a million times. But, viewer, between you and me, Urgot's not that great of a leader. I don't think he's meant for this. Fighting oppression is great, but Urgot is not mentally there. Zon, can you just do me a solid and make sure you don't let him out? I think he's caused more harm than good. So that's Urgot for you. Play this motherfucker like an unstoppable force, and the enemies are just an everyday object. While playing, make sure to be proccing your Echoing Flames on champions as much as you can. Remember, if you're going to fight, make sure they're all up, because you will regret fighting without any Echoing Flames up. Hit slows to catch up, because you are a slow, tanky motherfucker, and be confident. There's a slight learning curve, but trust me, you'll get the hang of it eventually. It's very, very fun. Oh, and one last thing. Just because you may feel invincible as Urgot, it does not mean you are invisible. There's a slight difference.
Or, Ricktail?
I don't know, maybe. Oh wow, he's actually running from me? Yike. Okay, sorry, you can go back to your lanes. Oh, actually. Go. No, you're right. I can.
Oh no, Talia!
I didn't know I could be hit while in Viz. I'm gonna be honest.
So it's true. Like, come on.
Hello.
Sylvie. Oh, why is the tower? Sylvie, I got you. Sylvie. Thank you. Aren't you worried about it?
This is over for that.
Oh my god,
oh,
you
right. Tower.
Tower.
exist.
If you learned anything or like my voice, be sure to subscribe for more. I'm striving to do this as much as I can, and I hope you enjoy it. All my social media BS is in the description. Try to guess who's the next champ, maybe? I don't know. I'll be working on that as soon as this is up. Have a great day, night, or oblivion.